your daily dose of English fluency.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for hitting play and spending your time with us today. You are back at Mr. English Master, and honestly, it feels like we are just sitting down for a warm coffee with a good friend. I am Sarah, and sitting right here looking very thoughtful today is Alex. How are you, Alex?
I am doing well, Sarah, but you are right. I am feeling a bit thoughtful. I spent my whole Sunday alone, no phone, no friends, just me and a book. And when I told my neighbor about it this morning, he looked at me so sadly. He asked, "Oh, Alex, are you okay? Are you feeling lonely?"
That is so typical, isn't it? People see someone alone and they immediately think something is wrong. They think you are suffering. But were you, Alex? Were you suffering?
Not at all. I actually felt full. I felt peaceful. But it made me think about our topic for today. Listeners, let me ask you a question, a very personal one. When you're alone, do you feel like you are missing something? Or do you feel like you're finally finding yourself? And is spending time on yourself actually selfish?
Is it selfish? That is a big question. Today, we are diving into the deep, quiet waters of loneliness versus solitude. There's a tiny, invisible line between these two, but that line changes everything about how we feel.
Yeah, because to the world, they look the same. A person sitting alone in a park. But inside, one could be in pain and the other could be in paradise.
Exactly. Let's start with the painful side, loneliness. We all know this feeling. It is that cold, empty ache in your chest. You want to connect with someone, but you can't. You feel invisible.
And sometimes the worst loneliness happens when you are in a crowd. You're at a party, people are laughing, but you feel like you are behind a glass wall. You are there, but you aren't connected.
That is so true. Loneliness is like hunger, Alex. Your body tells you when you need food, and your soul tells you when you need social connection. But when that hunger stays for a long time, it becomes chronic.
Chronic, that is a strong word, Sarah. Let's stop for a second for our master family. Chronic, it means something that lasts for a long time and is difficult to stop. For example, some people suffer from chronic back pain, and some people suffer from chronic loneliness. It's not just for one day, it's a long-term feeling.
And science says chronic loneliness is dangerous. It is as bad for your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It raises your blood pressure, it hurts your heart. It is a silent pandemic in our world right now.
Wow, 15 cigarettes? That is terrifying. And the strange thing is, we are more connected than ever before. We have Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. We have 1,000 friends. This is what experts call the digital paradox.
Paradox. We love this word on the show. A paradox is a situation that seems impossible because it has two opposite ideas that are both true. For example, the digital paradox is that we are more connected online, but we feel more lonely in real life. We have more followers, but fewer friends to help us move a sofa.
So true. I have 500 followers, but I don't think any of them would help me move a sofa on a Saturday morning. So, if loneliness is the hunger, what is solitude?
Solitude. This is the beautiful twin. Solitude is the state of being alone, but by choice. It is a positive thing. In loneliness, you are missing others. In solitude, you are finding yourself.
I love that. Loneliness is an empty room, but solitude is a room full of your own thoughts, your own music, your own peace. It is about embracing the silence.
Embracing. Let's look at this word. To embrace usually means to hold someone closely in your arms, but it also means to accept something with great energy and happiness. For example, you should embrace your mistakes because they help you learn.
Right. So when I spent my whole Sunday alone, I was embracing my solitude. I wasn't waiting for a text. I wasn't looking at my watch. I was just being. And Sarah, I felt so much more creative after that.
That's actually a scientific fact, Alex. When we are in solitude, our brain's default mode network turns on. This is the part of the brain that helps us imagine, dream, and solve complex problems. Most of the world's greatest inventions happened in solitude.
So Newton didn't find gravity at a noisy party?
Definitely not. He was alone under a tree. But Alex, why are people so afraid of it? Why is there a stigma around being alone?
Stigma. Let's explain this B2 word. A stigma is a feeling of shame or disapproval that society has about something. For example, there's a social stigma around eating alone in a restaurant. People look at you and think, "Oh, poor person, they have no friends."
Exactly. We are afraid of that pity, so we stay on our phones or we go to events we hate just to avoid being seen alone. We are running away from our own company.
But if you don't like being with yourself, why should anyone else like being with you?
That is a very deep point. If you are bored with yourself, you're in bad company. I think solitude is a skill, Alex. It's something we have to learn, especially in 2026, where our phones are always screaming for our attention.
It takes introspection.
Introspection, another master word. Introspection is the process of looking inside your own mind and examining your thoughts and feelings. It's like being a detective, but for your own soul. For example, a few minutes of introspection every night can help you understand why you felt angry or happy during the day.
So solitude gives us the space for introspection, and introspection helps us grow. When I am alone, I can ask myself, "Alex, what do you really want? Why are you doing this job? Are you happy?" You can't hear those answers when the TV is on.
You need the silence to hear the truth. During the pandemic, everyone was forced to be alone, and for many, it was a time of extreme loneliness. But for some, it became a time of powerful solitude. They learned to paint, they learned to cook, they learned English.
Yes, I remember a listener, Maria. She wrote to us saying that she used to be terrified of being alone. But during the lockdown, she started listening to our podcast every morning while she drank her tea. She said, "I realized I wasn't lonely. I was just getting to know Maria for the first time."
Oh, that makes me so emotional. Getting to know yourself, that is the ultimate goal. But Alex, we have to be careful. Sometimes people use solitude as a coping mechanism to hide from the world because they're hurt.
Coping mechanism. Let's look at this phrase. A coping mechanism is a tool or strategy people use to deal with difficult emotions or stress. For example, listening to music is a healthy coping mechanism, but hiding from all your friends because you are afraid is an unhealthy one.
Exactly. Solitude should be a recharge station, not a prison. You go into solitude to get strong so you can come back out and connect with others in an authentic way.
Authentic, real and true. If you don't know who you are in the dark, you can't be real in the light.
Well said, Alex. Even the world is starting to notice this. Did you know that the UK and Japan now have a minister for loneliness?
A minister for loneliness? Really?
Yes, because they realized that loneliness is a national health crisis. They're trying to build communities again. But I think before we build communities, we have to build our own hearts. We have to learn to be okay when the room is quiet.
Being okay with the quiet. Sarah, I am feeling much better about my Sunday now. I don't feel like a lonely person anymore. I feel like a solitude seeker.
I like that. A solitude seeker. Warmly, Master Family, we want you to be seekers too. Don't be afraid of the gaps in your schedule. Don't be afraid to sit alone in a cafe with just your thoughts. It is not selfish to give yourself time. It is necessary.
Yes, it is the only way to become a master of your own life.
And speaking of mastering things, let's look at our words for today. We covered some very deep ground.
I'm ready for the word tour. Let's recap.
Okay, the first one was chronic, something that lasts a long time and is hard to stop, like chronic loneliness.
Then we had paradox, a situation with two opposite ideas that are both true, like the digital paradox of our connected world.
Next was embrace, to accept something with energy and happiness, like embracing the silence.
And stigma, that feeling of social shame about something, like the stigma of being alone in public.
Then we talked about introspection, looking inside your own mind to understand your feelings.
And coping mechanism, a strategy used to deal with stress or difficult emotions.
We also used authentic, being real and true to yourself.
What a master list! These words are not just for your English, they are for your life.
They really are. Master family, thank you. Thank you for choosing to spend these minutes with us. We know that in a world of a billion distractions, giving us your attention is a huge gift.
It really is. And if you feel like this conversation helped you breathe a little easier today, please hit that subscribe button. Joining the Mr. English Master family helps us keep this cozy corner open for everyone.
It really does. And hey, if you are curious about other parts of life, we have so many other videos for you. For example, if you feel like you're working too hard and need a break, check out our video on overcoming burnout. Or if you want to know how to plan your day better, our 1% progress rule is perfect for you.
Every video you watch is a small step in your English journey. You are improving your vocabulary while you improve your mind.
It's a win-win. Now, before we go, we have a very special challenge for you in the comments. And please be honest. We love your honesty.
Yes, what is the question, Sarah?
Master family, go to the comments right now. Tell us, what is one thing you love to do alone that makes you feel solitude instead of loneliness? Is it reading, walking, cooking, or maybe just sitting and staring at the sky? Tell us. Use the word embrace or solitude in your sentence if you can.
We are so excited to read your answers. Your stories are the best part of our day. They make us feel like we are all together, even when we are alone.
A global family of solitude seekers.
Exactly. Also, let us know what you want to hear next. We make these for you. Do you want to talk about job confidence or maybe travel fears? Tell us.
Take a deep breath. You are enough, just as you are.
Take care of your silence and take care of your hearts. We will see you in the next episode of Mr. English Master.
Stay authentic, stay brave. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.